Hello, it's me, Carl Welshman, your best friend, your pal, your buddy. I'm all you need. And today we're going to be talking about We All Float a Little Bit Cold IPA from Boundary Brewing. Boundary Brewery. So far, just about every beer I've tried from Boundary, I say just about, I mean every beer I've tried from Boundary Brewing has been absolutely amazing. I've enjoyed every single one of them. My favourite is always going to be Mbongo. It was one of the first ones that I had tried of theirs. Knew nothing about them. It was the early days of me drinking craft beers. I enjoyed every sip of it. Then, after a couple of visits to the John Hewitt pub, I did stock up on some of the many Boundary beers that they've got in the fridges there, and tried a huge selection of them, and I've just loved them all. This one I've never tried before, but I love the title. We All Float a Little Bit. Makes me think of Pennywise the clown, you know, the one from the It movie, the one that goes, "Oh, you want a balloon, Georgie?" And he's like, "Oh, do they float?" And he's like, "Oh, they float, Georgie. They float. And when you're down here, you float too!" Grabs little Georgie's fucking arm and just rips it off. Rips his fucking arm off, yanks him down into the drain and just eats him. Oh, God, that smells quite strong. It is coming in at 6.4. It smells tasty. Most of the beers that I've had from Boundary have been cloudy. I think this is probably the first non-cloudy beer I've had of theirs. The only other one which sort of varied away from the cloudy world was the pink margarita goza, which is bloody delicious. It's so unique. I've never actually tried anything like it before. I picked up a tin the first time I went to the John Hewitt pub. Loved it so much I just had to get another one. I actually drank that last week sitting in our back garden on the only day that we had any sort of sunshine, after I had just spent about 4 hours putting in concrete foundations which I'd mixed by hand. But that's enough of that. Let's just get stuck into this beer. Oh, it smells brilliant. It smells really good. That's lovely. They've done it again. They've done it again. In all honesty, right, I'm a big fan of cloudy beer, so New England IPA and, you know, like a nice hazy beer. So whenever I get a beer and it's not that cloudy, I get a bit nervous, because like when I had the Brewdog IPA, I really didn't like that. And I know it's a bit fucking sacrilege bringing up Brewdog, you know, when you're talking about craft beers. A lot of people kick off. I do think I do think that Brewdog have got some nice beers, but Punk IPA is not one of them. I will drink it, and if there's nothing else on tap, I might have it, but it's not my favourite. There's a few other breweries, so Mourne Mountain Brewery, they do some really nice beers, but I find some of the non sort of hazy ones quite difficult to drink, and that's just a taste preference of mine. That's no disrespect to their beers. They are tasty beers, but I think I've really found my favourite local brewery in Boundary. This here is just delicious. It's like a fine wine of a beer, that. It's weird. It actually tastes like it should be a hazy one. It's like loads of flavour going on. It's still got a little bit of a tropical thing going on in there, but it's crisp as you like and light as you like, and really damn refreshing. That's absolutely perfect if you found yourself buried up to just under your lips in the desert, right? And somebody has just covered all your nostrils and everything with like honey and olive oil. And so the sun is just crisping up around your face whilst attracting desert bees. And these desert bees and desert wasps are coming along and they're hovering and you're panicking, and one of the wasps is climbing into your nostril and you're like trying to get this fucking wasp out of there, you're panicking and stuff. And that's when you remember in your bum bag you got yourself a little tin of We All Float a Little Bit. Pour some out under the sand into your glass. I'm not going to go into the technical aspects behind how you do this, but you pour that out into a glass, lift it up, have a little sip. You weren't even buried at all. You were just sitting in the pub, just having one of those weird episodes. You know, we all get them. You know, you're just sort of sitting around and you're like, ugh. Oh shit, I've been buried again in the desert and there's fucking wasps going in my nose. Yeah, it happens all the time, doesn't it? Boundary, We All Float a Little Bit, cold IPA, coming in at 6.4%. You've done it again, guys. You've made another absolutely delicious, tasty bastard of a beer. I'm going to give you a nice 8.7 out of 10. I think the only sad thing about this drink for me is this is called Dad's Beer Glass. I actually bought this for myself. One day, I'm hoping my daughters will come back, or maybe just answer their phone or something.